Good morning and welcome to John Beck. This is your principal, Mr. Lin, and I hope that you had a wonderful Wednesday yesterday. Today is Thursday, March 27th, 2025, and it is a day A for instrumentals. It's a day 3. Now, before we kick off this wonderful day, I want to invite you, as I always do, to please stand and face the flag for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Now go ahead and take a seat. I am so happy to see you guys. I love seeing your smiling faces. And yesterday I was actually really proud of myself because I got out and about a lot more than I typically do. I was able to get into some classrooms. I was able to see more kids in the hallways, and you guys are exactly as advertised. Kind, compassionate, warm, inviting, encouraging, all the good stuff. So how do we work together? We've got 3 expectations here at the school. Number 1, you know what it is. Let's be respectful. Let's be respectful to me as your principal, which I have to say you always are, so thank you. Be respectful to your teachers. Yeah, you see them every day, and you might get too comfortable. Try not to be too comfortable. Yes, be friendly. Know that your teachers love you unconditionally. But there are going to be times when they're going to ask you to do things that you don't want to do. And the respectful thing, nonetheless, is to still do it. Or at least put in the best effort. Be respectful to your friends. You know, there are moments when we have said things that we shouldn't have said. We've talked about things in inappropriate ways. Yes, even Mr. Lin has made those mistakes. But if you talk about your peers in that way, it can be hurtful. It can be offensive. So it is up to you and me and every human in the world to try to make it right. How do you fix those relationships? Every time you hurt somebody's feelings, you've actually fractured, you've hurt the relationship. It doesn't mean that you're no longer friends, but if you allow those hurts to continue to tear away at you guys, eventually you will lose the best parts of friendships, which is trust. So it's important that every time you strain that relationship, you find a way to fix it. That is a very respectful thing to do. There are times when kids have known that they've let me down and they go above and beyond to try to fix it. They write notes to me. They check in on me. Yeah, kids can make my day. And whenever students do that, I see that as trying to repair our relationship. So think about the relationships that are out there that you need to repair. And sometimes it might be a tough thing to do. Maybe you're still angry at somebody. If it's a peer, if it's a classmate, make sure you work to repair those relationships. Same thing with our school. Whenever you see something that's broken and you're able to fix it, fix it. If there's trash on the ground, pick it up, throw it out. Next Tuesday is open house. I shared this earlier in one of our earlier morning announcements. And you might notice that our teachers are so proud of our school and they're so proud of you. They're putting your work up. They're putting it out on the bulletin boards. Kindergarten, they've got some cool planets hanging down from the ceiling. And there are some schools where I wouldn't even recommend doing that, to put decorations up, because the kids are still learning to be respectful. They'll put their hands on things. They might jump up and try to knock those planets down, for instance. You might remember a few years ago, if you're older, that we even around wintertime would wrap boxes to make them look like presents, and we just leave them right there on the floor in the lobby. I don't know if you remember that. There were some grown-ups who were like, yeah, I don't know. Kids are going to kick them. Kids are going to knock them over. And a lot of teachers felt like, I think we could do this. I think our kids truly know what it means to be respectful. And sure enough, nobody touched them. So I was kind of disappointed that recently we did have a few items down in kindergarten that were knocked down. I'll show you some pictures right here. If you take a look at these pictures, these are examples of some of those cool decorations that our kindergarten teachers have put up. And some of those were knocked down. And look, we got great kids, but we got to be more responsible with our hands, more respectful with our hands. When we have Fine Arts Day later, we're going to have some pieces of artwork, even some balloons out. And in the past, they haven't been touched. Our kids have just been super, super respectful. And I know that we can do the same thing this year. So that brings us to number 2. Let's be responsible with our hands, with our feet, the words that come out of our mouths. I know that we slip up. I know that we're not perfect. But when we make those mistakes, we fix them. We also have to reckon and realize what we have control over. We have a lot of control. In kindergarten boys, yeah, I'm looking at you. I know it's easy to want to play roughhouse with your hands and accidentally hurt people. maybe accidentally hit someone, accidentally elbow someone, accidentally kick people. And I know that you're not mean, but even when you're playing, find a way to control your hands and your feet and the words that come out of your mouth. Fourth graders, fifth graders, sixth graders, some of you guys I had to talk to recently, the words that come out of your mouth, how can you use them in responsible ways? When one of our amazing assistants asks you to turn your attention back to doing work, are you going to talk back? Are you going to be sarcastic? Or are you going to say, I recognize that our assistants have a job to do and they're trying to get the best out of me? And in your mind, you'll remind yourself, time to do it. Time to follow those directions. So be responsible. Be responsible with your ears and listen. Be responsible with your brain and think in positive and encouraging ways, not just towards others, but also to yourself. Number 3, show that you are ready to be the best version of yourself. So many versions out there, and some we're not proud of, but some we are. The versions of ourselves that we are very proud of, go ahead and feed it. I was told of a story from our third graders. There was a third grader in Dr. Clock's room who noticed that Dr. Clock had a moment where she was a little bit anxious, and he noticed that her hands had clenched up. Well, guess what? That showed that he was ready to be there for his teacher. It meant a lot to the teacher that she shared it with me, that he reminded her perhaps she was going into a rock brain. So I want to ask you, kids, do you believe that you have the power to make their day? And if you think that you can, then go do it. I can guarantee you, as a grown-up, as an adult, kids can truly make a big difference in our grown-ups' lives and in our days. Choose wisely. Be ready to feed that good wolf and then help feed our good wolves. Don't forget, once again, open house is next Tuesday. Our book fair is getting set up. If you see Mrs. Martin, thank her. She is working hard to help our PTO learn how to run the book fair. We've got some amazing parents. If you know your parents are helping out, make sure you thank them, because we didn't have a book fair last year. This year we do, and I know it's exciting. I'm so glad it's come back. Make sure you thank Mrs. Martin for that. All right, I love you. I care about you. Here to encourage you. Go spread that message to everybody else in the most creative ways you can. I can't wait to see you guys around. Have an awesome day. And as always, I like you just the way you are.